Mr. Chili Jam is back, and this time he making ramen.
I think that looks like shit.
Plate it up. Let's go in.
He's telling me to look at that, and I just saw soba noodles?
What? That's not even ramen.
Dude, this is not soba soup noodles. This is ramen. You didn't even make ramen. Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Jamie Oliver Almost Made Ramen by Uncle Roger. Yes, it's another one of my react to a reaction video, but again, I feel like a lot of the things that Uncle Roger's reacting to has merit. He just doesn't maybe give the culinary explanation behind it. And that's what I'm here for. Shout out to K2 Music for suggesting this video. He let me know by commenting on my previous Uncle Roger video. And if there's something you want me to react to, let me know. Leave that comment below. It'll also help me with the algorithm gods. Speaking of commenting, if you also like and you're subscribed, you're automatically entered in for an opportunity to win an official Chef Brian Tsao Chef Kiss tee. Winner gets to pick their size. This contest is available worldwide, so get in on that. It's that easy. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, I am a professional chef with 17 years of experience. I've defeated Bobby Flay on the Food Network show, beat Bobby Flay, as well as run the world-renowned kitchen of Beauty and Essex, located right here in New York City. With that out of the way, time to get angry.
Mr. Chili Jam is back, and this time he making ramen. Uncle Roger has bad feeling about this.
Yeah, so do I.
The two biggest thing Asian people fear right now is COVID hate crime and Jamie Oliver making Asian food. Will he make our ancestor cry again?
Oh man, when the COVID stuff first broke out, I was definitely in that boat as well, you know, feared for my safety. You know, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm born and raised in New York. I'm pretty good at putting on an angry face. You know, I know how to walk on the streets and, you know, avoid trouble. The best way to avoid it is to just walk away. I was more concerned for my family's safety. But yes, there is a lot of disappointment associated with Jamie Oliver and Asian cuisine.
Niece and nephew. Speaking of COVID hate crime, nephew Nigel got punched in face a few months ago, but he found way to make his hate crime story super funny on his podcast. Go
Oh shit, is that legit? Did he really get punched in the face?
Link in description. It is Uncle Roger, favorite podcast of all time. Uncle Roger. I reviewed Jamie Oliver 2 times now. Still haven't heard back from him. I think Jamie Oliver don't like me. Hiya.
We are gonna make the mighty
What is that? Some kind of tempura? Can't tell. That looks like kimchi at the bottom corner. Definitely chopped up scallion, and I can't tell what that is next to the spinach, and looks like broccoli rabe as well.
It's one of Japan's most treasured dishes.
It's one of Japan's most treasured dishes, I quote from Jamie Oliver, and let's keep watching.
Slow cooked and packed with flavor.
Whoa. He's got the soft-boiled egg in there. Looks like a marinated soft-boiled egg. Okay, Jamie. All right.
We're talking about the most
Hell yeah.
Check shit again. I think because Jamie restaurant all closed down, and now he have so many extra tablecloth he can wear as shirt.
And it all starts here with some humble bones. The broth in a pan, fry off a handful of pork bones, 8 chicken wings.
Okay,
Pork
pork bone, correct.
This is a ginger.
Chicken, okay. So, you know, a good ramen broth. You definitely want to start with bones. I mentioned in many videos, you know, bones is from, bones make stock, meat makes broth. Over there, he's got whole wings, so I would call this a broth. Let's see what he...
Okay also.
Garlic.
A bit weird that he adding
Chili.
aromatic in the beginning. Usually when you start making...
Okay, so he's putting garlic and ginger in the beginning. I don't think that's too criminal. You know, and I think that's sesame
you
oil.
just use bone to...
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, start with the bones, but I also don't hate that he put the ginger and the garlic in the beginning either. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
You can have any meat in your finished broth. I've chosen to go with...
Oh, okay, so Jamie is not saying a stock, he is saying broth, which is correct. Again, broth is made from meat, stock is from bones.
Ooh, pork belly. Pork belly, nice. Good. In Japanese, it called char siu. good topping. So Jamie gonna make ramen with chashu topping. Not bad, not bad.
Think about garnishes. Remember, ramen is the ultimate broth with the ultimate pimpage and garnishes, right? So,
He correct.
crunchy bits of bashed up cracklings, and we love cracklings.
Pork crackling, not common. But he right topping, all subjective.
You know, you go to any ramen shop, they'll always have their signature ramen. They'll all be more similar than not. And, you know, he mentioned he's going to make a pork rind. I think that's a nice touch, especially with a pork bone-based broth. All right, so that's what I saw earlier that I couldn't figure out. I thought it was some kind of like tempura or something, but it was pork rind. Nice touch. I'm down with that.
Bones. Pop in the oven
Okay,
for 45 minutes.
cool. So he's using a wood-fired oven. You know, he has, I believe, what is like a leg croissant pot. And he put the bones in there. I didn't see him put the liquid. So is he roasting it first? I'm not sure.
Usually when you make broth, you don't need to roast the meat first. Why the extra step? Too much time on your hands.
I don't agree with that. I think it's totally fine to... It depends what you want your end product to be. And again, many places make their broths or soups or whatever a little differently. You know, this is, as far as my understanding, with a lot of ramen shops, well, actually, a lot of ramen shops buy like a base and they use that and fortify it with bones and stuff. But I think that's a great step, roasting the bones first.
And coming through.
Wait, so inside his truck there is fire. Jamie, that not safe. That not safe. Your trailer made of wood. This is fire hazard. Jamie, please don't die. Because if you die, Uncle Roger need to...
I am hearing the pragmatism of my Asian relatives. I feel like I'm hearing them speak with what Uncle Roger is saying right now.
A new person to be my mortar and...
But old Asian guy would definitely be like, why would you spend money on that?
Keep Jamie alive.
So, we have nice piece of
Nice,
crackling.
okay.
Like that, to go with our lovely ramen.
So
that
pork
goes
rind
to one
is
side.
cooked.
He destroyed a whole baking pan with one crackling. Hiya, you wasting money, Jay.
Uncle Roger, you obviously have not seen professional kitchens and how beat up their equipment gets. So that is nothing unusual. Tools are meant to be used and tools get beat up and worn out. There's a difference between beat up and used and abused, and that's not what's going on here. Cool, so he put in the protein along with the aromatics. He roasted the aromatics as well. Okay, I don't recall if that was sesame oil he put in the beginning. I know there was some kind of oil. I'm just making the assumption it was sesame oil. If it was, big no-no. I would not do that at the beginning phase. I don't think the sesame oil is the right oil to be using for a roasting process. It is very fragrant, but should not be put in at the beginning. But roasting the bones, roasting the meat, roasting the garlic and ginger, I'm
If you
totally
listen to your food,
totally down
you know
with.
you need more friends.
Robo. Now let's get that on a hob. Add 1 tablespoon of miso paste and top it off with 3 liters of water. Then add the
Okay,
pork belly that you
miso
removed
paste,
the skin
water,
from.
and he's putting in a
I'm just
whole
gonna simmer this
slab
for
of
hours
pork
and hours
belly.
and hours, and that's going to bring out
and he's gonna
all the
let it
flavour.
cook
It's gonna give
slowly.
gorgeous color. Now leave to simmer for 4
Okay,
hours.
all right, 4 hours.
No.
All right, Uncle Roger's saying no. But, you know, if you want to simmer, make a broth or a stock, I would say minimum 3 hours. Ideally, overnight is really the way to go. I feel like that's what Uncle Roger's going to say. He's going to say it should be done
Roger
overnight.
don't like this technique. You use miso paste to make flavoring for the broth, or what Japanese people call tare. You don't just throw miso into broth, you have to make miso tare separately. This is same mistake as Nigella Lawson. You throw miso in water, that's not making miso ramen. That's just making miso soup.
Yeah, okay. Jamie put the miso in now. I would have created the broth first. I don't hate that he put it in there, but you know, it's not something I've done. It's also not something I've seen before. Again, I have limited experience with ramen, but I definitely would have really worked the bones first. I feel like with miso, if you put it in now and cook it for 4 hours, you're really beating up the miso and all that flavor.
1
So
tablespoon
let's see what
of miso
happens.
paste with 3 liters of water.
Also, 1 tablespoon of miso in 3 liters of water. That too little miso.
Yeah, well, it also depends on if you're making a miso-based broth, and if that's what he's going for, then yeah, that's way too little miso. That's not going to give the flavor. If he wanted to use the miso to kind of be one part of his broth and not necessarily call it a miso ramen broth, I also wouldn't put it this early in the stage of making this.
Shit. Instead of spending money on your own baking tray, why are you trying to save money on miso? Hiya.
Over here, I'm actually going to cook some lovely soy marinated eggs, adding colour and flavour to the ramen. This is eggs.
Okay.
All right.
Egg.
Great.
Egg, good topic.
What's
By
in the soy
soft-boiling
marinade?
6 large eggs for 4 to 5 minutes.
So what I like to do is for my boiled eggs, and this is well done, is I put my eggs into a pot, cold water, put it on the stove, bring it to a boil, cover it, and let it steep for 9 minutes. So a soft boiled egg, after it comes to a boil, I would probably let it sit for maybe 4 minutes, something like that. That's just my method.
Don't think the egg gonna be done cooking.
Drain and set to one side to cool.
That's not for a marinated
I'm going
egg,
to
by
put
the
in
way.
200
A soy
mils
marinated
of low
egg.
salt soy sauce. I'm going to put
Hiya, low salt soy sauce.
No.
For what? For what? The
Low
body can't have
sodium
low
soy
salt.
sauce is just
Hiya,
watered down
why
soy
so
sauce,
weak?
baby.
So weak.
Don't.
lovely fragrant spice.
Use the full-
Star anise.
Use the full flavored soy sauce.
Needs a bit weird ingredient.
You put in star anise. I'm down with star anise for marinated eggs. In fact, my marinated egg recipe, more Chinese style, Taiwanese style, uses star anise, cardamom pod, what else? Ginger, and a few other things, but star anise is definitely in there.
You mean okay?
Here.
Garlic,
And then
yep,
I've got
I
some
put,
ginger.
ginger, okay.
Those okay. Boiling it good.
All right, and also I should mention sugar and MSG.
Away sharpness of soy sauce.
Then put it all into a Ziploc plastic bag.
Okay.
Absolutely gorgeous. Just wind it up.
This Ziploc bag.
That's
technique
one
good.
way to do it.
The marinade not bad. 1 point to Jamie.
Oh, he is making a soft boiled egg. So, yeah, actually that's the way to go about it. So when I make my marinated eggs, it's ludan, which is more of a Chinese preparation. That's well done. So yeah, if you want a soft boiled egg, you want to soft boil it, peel it, put it in the marinade overnight. All right, that's one way to go about it. Absolutely.
In it, the stronger the marinade and flavour. I'm mixing traditional Japanese accompaniments like seaweed with some new twists like fiery kimchi. A fermented
Kimchi a bit weird. It's Korean, not Japanese.
Yeah, that's Korean. I wouldn't really do kimchi in ramen unless I was doing some play on it, more of a Korean style. Then I would lean a bit more into it. It sounds like he's like, oh, this is an Asian ingredient. That'll make it like people love kimchi. If I put this in the recipe, people will jump at it right away. Not to say I think it would taste bad. Kimchi goes with everything.
Just wring it out super tight until you got a dense ball of goodness.
Who want dense ball of spinach? Vegetable tastes like fat.
Okay.
Who want to eat dense?
So when you cook your spinach, you do want to squeeze it out to get rid of excess moisture. Again, I've mentioned this. What is the enemy of flavor? It's always going to be water. The more moisture you remove / water, the more you concentrate your flavor. So I do agree with Jamie. After you've cooked it, squeeze it out. I hope he doesn't just put a ball of spinach inside his ramen. We'll see.
Dense ball of fat is what Uncle Roger called my testicle.
Finally, the all-important garnishes. I've got the crumbled pork crackling,
Pork rinds,
toasted
nice.
sesame seeds.
Oh,
sliced
so he
chip-
did toast it. Doesn't look like it has that much color to it, so I think it definitely could have been toasted deeper.
Spring onions
Scallion.
and lime. To
Lime a bit
Limes.
weird.
simmering the pork and broth.
I'm not too
You're
into the
ready to
lime
assemble
for
your
ramen. You're not making a pho broth.
ramen. So let's just get that
See.
pork out. Look at that. Just falling off the bone. Let's plate it up.
Wait, what? You gonna serve the char siu like this? Hiya, no. Season it. Put some soy sauce.
Yeah,
braise
that's
it
just
with
boiled
some kind
pork
of
belly,
sauce,
just
do
boiled meat.
something to the
Yeah, I agree.
char siu. Don't
He should
just
he
serve
should have
like
definitely done
naked,
something
like-
with it. He could have he made that soft boiled egg, marinated soft boiled egg sauce. He could have taken some of that sauce into his soft boiled eggs, marinated, and the rest let it cook low and slow in that. Yeah. You know, I feel like that was a big missed opportunity.
Is Uncle
Yeah, there you go.
Roger's
Look at that char
favorite.
siu. You know, you see all that marinade, all that color on it. You know, they've imparted a lot of flavor. Like I said, otherwise it's just going to taste like boiled meat.
Ramen topping supposed to look brown, beautiful, and sexy. Good char siu should have same color as Ariana Grande now, not Ariana Grande 10 years ago. What the hell is this pasty ass char siu? No flavor, no color. This
I agree,
char siu
100%.
so white.
He was cooking it in his ramen broth, but he just put in a tiny amount of soy, and you know, I didn't see him add any salt unless I missed it. But yeah, there's just not going to be that much flavor in there. I think that looks like shit.
Let's plate it up. Let's go in.
He's telling me to look at that, and I just saw soba noodles.
Wait, what?
Let's go in.
What? That's not even ramen.
Yeah, that's not ramen. That's soba noodles.
Soba noodle. A completely different type of
Yeah,
noodle.
soba noodles are made with buckwheat flour, and ramen noodles does not have buckwheat in it. And it's made with sodium bicarbonate, or I forgot what the hell it was called. So yeah, it's called sodium bicarbonate, and that is the key thing in ramen noodles that gives it that very specific chew and texture. Soba does not have that texture. It's a completely different product. So, Jamie, you did not even make fucking ramen. You're making a soup soba noodle.
So, Uncle Roger have to put my leg down from chair. This is emergency.
How dare he? How dare he
Fresh
make
beef
Uncle
sprouts
Roger
and some
drop
cooked
his
soba
leg?
noodles.
Cook soba noodle. Did he really say he gonna make ramen with soba?
He did, Uncle Roger. He did. Yeah.
What? Uncle Roger cannot compute. Jamie, you were doing okay so far, but how you fuck up so bad? Soba and ramen, two completely different things. That's
Yep.
like saying you want to make spaghetti but with egg noodle. Or you want to make
There you
Malaysian
go. That's a
sambal,
perfect
but with
example.
chili jam. He has soba. That means he already go to Japanese grocery store. So why not get ramen?
That's such a good point. He was in the Japanese grocery store, and he picked up the wrong fucking noodle.
You already at the store? Get ramen. You say you want to make ramen.
With our noodles here.
What?
Let's get a nice slice
Yeah.
of that gorgeous.
What was the thought process when he went to buy the noodles? I'm sure he didn't buy the noodles. Maybe someone went to the Japanese food store and was like, "This is good enough. This will work."
pork on top.
Everything wrong?
He's not even cutting it on a cutting board. You know, you typically always want to cut your products on a cutting board. It's better for your knife. You know, you can absolutely cut on a plate and stuff. It's just kind of frowned upon. And yeah, Jamie, I'm frowning upon you right now.
Save you now. The pork so bland.
It all off with that
Kimchi, all right.
Why kimchi?
the traditional soy marinated egg. And look there, guys.
Okay,
A
nice.
lovely
All right,
soft-boiled
nice
egg.
soft-boiled
Really,
egg.
really
You can tell he didn't marinate egg long enough because it brown on outside,
Yep.
white on inside, just like Auntie Hersha. Niece and nephew, this is insult for whitewashed Indian people. Don't call them coconut anymore. Call them Jamie Oliver egg.
chili and stuff going on. The lovely pork
So
cracklings.
pork rinds. Again, so he did put a whole ball of squeezed spinach with the toasted sesame on top. It's a little overkill for the sesame. Looks like broccolini and/or broccoli rabe.
It tells you that's going to taste absolutely gorgeous. It all comes
All right,
together
now he's gonna
with
pour
that
the
flavour.
broth over it.
Have a little try. Gorgeous.
At least he using chopstick, not like Nigella Lawson with her spork.
Absolute
Spork. The fuck?
delicious. Ramen. Good for the soul.
Wait, what? But now he using spoon. Why you give up using
Uncle Roger, there's
Just
nothing
when
wrong with
Uncle
that. He
Roger
wants to
thought
drink
this
some
video
soup, you know,
was
use a
over.
spoon. He doesn't have the, traditional China spoons. That's fine.
Good for
you
the
know.
taste buds. And very good for you.
Yeah, indeed.
All your steps sort of passable until the soba. You fucked up.
For the most part, I feel like I was really defending Jamie. I was pretty much siding with him. I think for the most part, it's passable. I think it was okay. There were some stuff I would do differently. I do think that ramen broth should have been cooked overnight or longer. I didn't see anywhere that this was a miso ramen. If it was a miso ramen, could definitely use a lot more miso. The pork execution was pretty poor. A gigantic, handball of spinach, not really into. All right, it's okay. If I'm gonna score this one, oh wait, shit, how did I forget about the soba noodle? Dude, this is not soba soup noodles, this is ramen. You didn't even make ramen. If I had to grade this 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give this a -20 because, no, I'm gonna give this a -2000 because there wasn't even ramen in the dish. Yeah, he employed some decent technique. Again, I'm not well versed in the ramen world, but I, at the very least, would have used ramen noodles. Ugh. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support this show further, please join my Patreon, link in the description below. Speaking of Patreon, shout out to all my patrons, especially the ones on the sous chef level. Thank you so much for your support. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and enter yourself in for a chance to win an official Chef Brian Tsao t-shirt. And with that said, I am Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I'll see you really soon.